What's going on YouTube? My name is Surreal and we're back in the channel where we keep it real. I have been going through so much. I'm not going to get into it, not trying to talk too much, but I'll probably make another video, another separate non-music related video. But I got a new setup and I've moved temporarily. I'm going to be moving to the room next door here in a little while. But I'm back. And the best part is, check this out. We got video now. We are in it. Alright, so unfortunately I can't show off the fact that I have video now, because it appears that or at least what I saw or read or whatever, that this video is just a still picture. We are doing Hopsin's I Don't Want It, and in the description for the video, Hop said that he was going to come back when he was feeling better. He's taking care of himself, is my best guess. He's got a bunch of stuff he's been going through in the last few years, so it only makes sense that, you know, artists take breaks all the time. So we're gonna be checking this out. This song is 4.5 minutes long, so let's check it out. All right, let's get into it. Hopsin, I Don't Want It.
This will probably be the last song that I come out with for a while. I'm sorry to all my fans. I always think of Robin Williams, someone we loved and who we saw appealing. He made us all laugh as adults and children.
Yeah, so talking about Robin Williams, which just already makes me think, because Robin Williams always seemed like the happy-go-lucky guy, and then he ended up killing himself. So where are you going, Hop?
Shit, all the millions that he had, I wonder what were his thoughts and feelings 5 minutes before the belt that cut his breath off and killed him. Probably something like my thoughts now. What goes up is gotta fall down. I guess I pour it all out, cause right now the Reaper's in the room visiting. So if I do leave, at least you know why I did it then. It started way back then when I was a kid at first. Niggas bullied me when they saw that I was an introvert.
Which he's talked about that in previous songs, being bullied and being the special ed kid. What would he say? Being the special ed kid that said, I forget what he said. But
I was never cool, had no friends, no chicks would flirt. Every school year, it's like all my issues were getting worse. My whole life they was calling me corny, stupid. I never had a dad who was there to mentor me through it. Skateboarding was my escape. It wasn't just for amusement. My issues kept reoccurring, so I would resort to music.
Okay, so again, talking about, you know, stuff like that, he shows in his videos all the time that he loves to skateboard. He actually did a live stream with Tony Hawk, and they were doing skateboarding at this indoor skate park and doing like a Q&A kind of thing. So it was kind of cool. But yeah, skateboarding and then turned to music, which from like day one pretty much he was like, you know, F-rap, but what are you saying? Illmind 5, he said F-rap, but if the shoe fits, basically saying that he's good at it. He, you know, F it, but I'm good at it, so I'm gonna do it, basically.
I'd vent about the burdens that were sitting in my heart. I'd vent about the way I felt from swimming with the sharks. My mom was always working, so our bond was stripped and ripped apart. Ain't no fucking family memories, ain't no pictures at the park. Then I thought, the world is about to see hell come, and I'ma live the good life everyone else wants. And in that moment my tears dried and I felt numb. Then years later I blew up, the mission was well done. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. No more. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. No more. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. No more. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. Finally I was famous, people kissing my ass. I knew that I was only here cause it's revenge for my past. Went from a loser in school who got the worst grades to being praised for all my verses when I disperse rage.
So, you know, basically saying that, you know, he's blown up and now everybody's giving him all that all that love and attention that he needed before, but now that he's like where he's at now, he's getting it, you know, brown nosers or whatever. Yeah.
Caught the whip, moved out the ghetto like bi haters. Bought a brand new house with a bunch of white neighbors. Everyone started calling one.
That's kind of an interesting. I don't think he did it on purpose. I think he's just being sincere. But it's like what was the song? I forget what the Eminem song was, but he was Eminem song talking about from Revival, where he was talking about like being in a gated neighborhood and all those neighbors walk by and say hi and blah blah blah, right? Doing favors for each other. It's kind of the same thing he's talking about.
And like 5 favors, and guess what? All of it dealt with spending my paper. And I was nice, I'd give him cash, I'd show sympathy. I gave him some, him and her. I'm just lending cheese. Now I'm just looked at like an ATM machine. If I don't give my friends my money, shit, I'm the enemy.
I feel that. So I don't make like a whole lot of money, but I'm a very generous person. You know, I've helped friends and people out with, you know, financial need, or like, hey, do you mind if, you know, I borrow this money for this or whatever, right? And I would just give it to them, but they would either years later forget about it until we think about it again, and at that point it's just like, yeah, whatever, it was just whatever, and they never reciprocate, or they never pay back, or whatever, you know. And then at some point there were a couple of people I cut out of my life because they just saw me as an ATM machine. Like, hey man, can I borrow $10 for this? Hey man, do you mind buying me a pack of cigarettes? Hey, could you do this for me? Could you do that for me? And I was just like the guy everybody went to for things, because either they didn't want to or couldn't afford it themselves, you know. So feel that.
I had about 1 million new best friends that I just met. Some were plotting to build me a deathbed, all because they kept on putting whack songs out that no one's impressed with. So out of jealousy they diss me, you fucking guessed it. At least I had my squad, Jaren, Dizzy, Hopper, Swizz. I knew we stick together, stuck in this chaotic biz. We had it all figured out, it had a lot to give. It was funk volume for life. Who want a problem, bitch?
I don't know if he's gonna talk about it right now. I've actually been listening to a lot of his. If you've seen my older videos, you know that's always been a problem right there with this specific poster. I've been listening to a lot of his older music in funk volume with like Fort Collins, and some of his other songs like Jared or Swizz, and they were really close. I don't know how close they are now since he dropped out and started doing his own thing with Undercover Prodigy, but I hope that I'm sure they're still close. There was actually a song recently that I listened to. It was him and Jaren. I thought it was a newer song, but I can't remember if it was a newer song or if Hop was still in funk volume at the time. I have to look it up. But yeah.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we parted ways. 2016, those were some of my darkest days. Ask us all, whose fault was it? Ain't hard to say, but it was due to money and all of our bonds that start to fade.
Talking about Dame Ritter. So with what was that, Illmind 8? I think it was Illmind 8, and then Illmind 9 was about his kid. Or was it Illmind? Because Illmind 7 was the religion one. Yeah, I forget what Illmind 6 was. Was Illmind 6 the one about his buddy who passed? Illmind 5 was the famous one. Illmind 4 was the one he did in his room. Yeah. But yeah, it was Illmind 8. I think he's talking about Dame Ritter and all that.
Later, my girl told me she's pregnant. This was something I never expected. Her and I weren't on good terms at the time. Man, it was hectic. And I was scared if she kept this baby, I might regret it. Mainly because her and I had a fucking toxic relationship. Last thing we need is a fucking toddler to raising it. Having a baby is great, but not as amazing when you got 2 parents who always fighting, hollering, breaking shit.
So, okay, so now he's going back talking about all the stuff with his I don't know how to title her, ex baby mama, this girl that he had in Australia, and they had a kid together, and their relationship wasn't all that great, and she ended up getting him kicked out of the country, I guess. And there's been, you could go back and you could see all the songs, Ill My Nine and The Old Us, and there were a handful of songs in regards to him and her and their kid. And since, not Ill My Nine, there was a song before Ill My Nine, I think, but since like the first song that he had talked about it, I'd known that he was going to be going through a lot of stuff, and that he was going through a lot of stuff. And I figured at some point he was going to reach kind of where this song has brought him. Don't fall. And I figured he was going to have to take a break. I just didn't know that he was going to be putting out a song like this for it. Because I feel like when it comes to being in a situation like that, it's a big part of, you know, when you're going through so much stuff. Like the reason why I took all the time off that I did, especially so early in my YouTube stuff, is that I wasn't gonna be able to put out the content I wanted to, you know, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the proper content, the stuff you want to see, and be able to present it to you properly. Like now I have freaking video going. I'm looking over here because my TV is another monitor for me right now, and I have my OBS over there. And you know, I took time off so I could build what I need for you guys, and I wasn't going to be able to give you what I wanted to give you in the state of mind I was in, which I feel like is kind of what he's doing here too. So
present day, all my people are gone. No real friends, just leeches around eating the crumbs. No family bonds, no FV, can't be with my son. No fucking girlfriend, I swear I thought that she was the one. I feel alone, and I struggle to give my fans what they want from me. I'm struggling to build this UP company. I'm begging on my fucking...
This is exactly what I was just talking about.
He's like, God, please help me, cause I can't fucking breathe. I'm trying to smile, but pain is cutting deep. Show me that I'm more than just a rapper. Show me that this life that I've been working on is meant to be more than just a disaster. I hope this message I'm sending is floating up above. Instead of focusing on fame, I should have focused on the love. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. No more. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. 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 No more. I gotta go find myself. I hope you all can understand.
Alright, that was Hopsin, Don't Want It No More. Yeah, man, I don't want to make these videos to be like forever long anymore, because I know you guys hate it when I talk so much, but I understand what he's going through, and I hope that he can take care of what he needs to take care of, so that he can come back with a vengeance, with better music, you know, and be more uplifted with what he's trying to do. And you know, it's okay as an artist to take time off of what you're doing to take care of yourself, you know, especially as an artist, because the work you've put out already can still be appreciated while you take time off. It's not like a normal blue collar, white collar 40-hour a week kind of job where you have to keep going every day. I think the only thing that, and he's independent now, so to my knowledge he's fully independent right now, so he can literally do whatever he wants to do, for the most part. But when it comes to being like a signed artist, it still kind of sucks. You can't necessarily take time off because you still have contractual obligations, like you're supposed to put out this many albums in this amount of time. So unless you put out, like, if you're obligated to 3 albums in 4 years, unless you put out like 2 albums in 1 year, you can't really take a whole lot of time off, you know, or whatever you're doing. So, but, you know, Hop, we care about you, we love your music, and, you know, take the time you need to do what you gotta do, and be healthy. Body, mind, soul, heart, whatever you gotta do. Come back when you're ready. We'll be here waiting for you. Your core fan base will be here for you when you come back. Alright guys, I really appreciate you hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video.